Hey everyone, welcome back. So I got a large little display here outside of my usual studio because we're going to celebrate Jurassic World Rebirth as it launches into theaters this coming week. So I'm going to go over everything that you will find in Wave 1 currently in retailer stores, and we even have all the exclusives. However, I would not be covering the repacks or the repaint. So we're going to go over every single assortment so you can decide kind of something you want, something you don't want, and you can see it all together in one nice video. So this will be part one. I will be covering the Danger Pack size, the Savage Strike, and also Gargantic Trackers and Roarvore type of assortment, Wild Roars. And then part two will be the bigger dinosaurs you see in the background. So without much said, let's begin and review these dinosaurs.
First assortment we're going to look at would be basically the Frenzy Pack. So they're like the Danger Pack. They are budget friendly. These are around $9 each. No action feature, just a 5-point articulation type of dinosaur. And for whatever reason, most retailers dropped this assortment. So Target finally hopped back on to bring these amazing figures to us. So the first one we're going to talk about would be Yanni. First I thought it was Lani, but it was actually an I in the beginning. So this little guy, kind of peg warming already on the shelf. So he's basically very two-tone dinosaur. He has lots of feather. Hopefully you see the features. Lots of feather, and the head is this kind of foresty green with some purple eyeliner eyes and yellow pupil. And the rest of the body is brown. So he does come with the 5-point articulation. So the neck goes up and down, along with the arms and the legs. It's a very basic figure compared to a human. Still kind of big. It's pretty cool. Let's see, there you go. There you go. Yeah, it's a little peg warming. I believe this one will actually be 2 per case in the assortment. And here is the code. So that's the first one. The second one would be, I think it's Amatonia. So this is a nice size Ankylosaurus type of figure. This one's actually very nicely well painted. Very nice. And the spikes are actually soft plastic. So, color-wise, it's like a nice green on the bottom of the figure, as you can see here, all the way down the belly, down to the almost at the tail, and then the beak is painted along with the face, and the top of it is like the same foresty green that we saw earlier. And these part are little, any part that's kind of black is soft plastic, kind of nice, and it's actually honestly a pretty big figure to be a Danger Pack. There you go. Articulation wise, it has a ball joint at the head, so it can kind of move around. It does not go up and down though, however. It does not have a neck joint either. So it does arms, front arms, back legs. It's all movable along with a tail. Nice and spiky all around. This is one of my favorite ones from the wave, actually. This one I don't see as often in the stores. Let's see, over here. Proceratosaurus, we have gotten this guy plenty of times, but it stopped right before the Minion. And now we finally got the new, the repaint one again. Someone said this one is actually a repaint of reissue, basically. But I don't recall buying this particular color before. Then again, maybe I stopped because some of the species for a while, they keep coming up with this, like Dermaphodon, keep coming up with more repaints. I just kind of stopped, like Monolophosaurus even. So this is the first time I'm getting this particular color one, and I really enjoy it. It's nice and blue, kind of like navy bluish with some brown on top, and then brown all the way up to the crest. And there's like nice peachy on the eye, like right before the eye. Kind of like that, almost like an eyebrow. So this one has 5-point articulation. It does not have the new teeth, so you can see this is an old skull. So it does have open mouth, And then, oh, there is the peach color going down too. Articulated arms and legs. And here is the code. This one, as I said, it's a no scope, so, but you can kind of see. Pretty nice size though. Oh boy, and then this next one, I have the hardest time pronouncing his name. Travanusis? Not quite sure, but it's a type of mosasaurus. And this one actually, another one that's painted really nicely from the wave. So it has this nice turquoise color along with some green highlight on top with the dots and stripes. This one, I'm not sure if it's a holdover from Chaos Theory, because remember, Chaos Theory, we start getting dinosaurs that are dino damaged. And as you can see, this one on the flippers has all holes in it. So it could be a holdover figure, and they just release it off with this branding. So this one is a smaller mosasaurus, as you can see, compared to a human. And it does have the new style teeth, so it's very nice and sharp. Painted really nicely. It goes from turquoise to the kind of cream color. Really nice figure. And also dino damage in the back. So it does have 5-point articulation. Oh, maybe more than 5 actually. 6. So the mouth opens and closes. The head actually goes up and down also. And then of course all the flippers. Really nice and not too loose but not too tight on it, so you can actually make it different poses. Let's see. Oh, the code is down here. All right, so this wave total with 4 figures. Honestly, to me, like I said in the other video, it's not the strongest first wave to me. I don't feel like this figure should have been pack 2. Possibly this guy, or this could have been pack 2 per case. It's just kind of a shelf warmer-ish. And off the bat, I would say deco is gotten a lot better. There is way more deco on this new line than we had even in Dominion. But other than that, you can find these at Target and Walmart. Not online though, just in retailer stores. And yeah, these are $8.99 each. It's actually a fun little assortment. There's a second wave currently out now, so we can go find those and I'll review. All right, so the next assortment we're going to go over will be the Strike Attack assortment. So this assortment has been around since 2018, and usually there's 4 figure to an assortment, and there is. I just choose opt out not to get the Monolophosaurus and the Tapjara because I already have those, and those are repeated species. And honestly, the collection's been getting so big lately that it's too much. So I'll just kind of buy the newer species and review them for you guys here. So the first figure we're going to look at will be the Inoshawsivia. Hopefully I said the name right. So this is not actually a dinosaur. It's a reptile that lived before dinosaurs. So I really enjoy when Mattel go out of the box and make more than just dinosaurs. So this reminds me of the one the links that we got back in Jurassic Park Series 2. Okay, so these are $12.99, available at all retailer stores right now. I got these off at Big Bad Toy Store. They have the whole wave on there, and what's better than just pick out the ones I need and ship them straight to my house. So the first thing first, this figure is kind of brown. Brown stripes, brown stripes, and then kind of like light tan color body, along with some orange and some dark brown in the front. And these razor sharp teeth, but they're soft plastic. Pretty cool. But I do enjoy when they fix the teeth really nicely. They got some really muscular, thick legs. So Strike Attack, basically, this one is $12.99, like I said. So they're a little bigger than attack size. So you push the tail down, you're able to get an attack out of it. Let's see. Pretty cool. It doesn't open too wide. But yeah, the teeth, really nice, soft plastic. Compared to a human figure, kind of small. but can still do some major damage. This one's definitely not in the film. So the second one we're gonna take a look at from this small little wave I have will be the I think it's Yokesaurus. I recognize this one from Jurassic World Alive the game. Pretty cool. So it's another cousin of Ankylosaurus. The way it looks, the style, and the color reminds me of very Chaos Effect from '98. Kind of funky looking. Pretty cool. So all of these, again, these little neon green spots, they are soft plastic. So little nubs. So he is soft plastic on top all around. So he's lime greenish. And then we also have this other green color that we saw on Miss Tonia herself, which we'll compare in a minute. And then has the same tan-ish color, a little darker. So his legs are articulated. A lot of bumps, like reptiles. So this one again, herbivore with a mouth sculpture. It always look kind of weird aesthetically when you have mouth open. So he does have no neck articulation because it's tied into the action feature, but he does have head articulation here that can go kind of a little bit up and down, but definitely ball joint. And then his action is turning it, so you can turn the head, or if you want to attack from the back. Definitely a lot of armor. This one's okay. We can compare it with, where's the other one? Oh, there she is. As you can see, this one, the attack pack, is actually way bigger than her. But she has an action feature, so there's that. Oh, and then don't forget her code. I'm not sure if I got this guy's code. I can get both. Alright, so that's that. So let's move on to the next assortment. Alright, so the first one from the Wild Roar assortment we're going to go over will be the Nasutoceratops. This is the second time we got a Nasutoceratops in a Jurassic World line since Dominion. So this one is very different than the first one. It's actually a whole totally different scope. I have a video of it comparing with the last one also in my playlist if you want to go over, but this video is more for wave one, just so everyone can see what is currently out in the retail store. So going over the figure, it's mostly gray with the nice navy blue, as you can see here, all the way on top. And this is really soft plastic also, so you know it won't really mess up the paint because it's actually molded in this color. It's pretty nice. So this is the first time we actually got a Nasutoceratops with sounds. So this year with the action attack, we're going to use this. Very cool, very different. And with all Wild Roars, you get the same articulation. This one is ball joint here, so you can do all different type of moves on this one, on the front legs. And then the back legs are also movable. So it's pretty cool. It's a very solid figure. I definitely enjoy this one. I like how neutral the color is. And it's not neither male or the female. It's kind of like both mixed together as far as the design. So there's this one. There is the Nasutoceratops, another must-have. All of these figures are currently available now at retail. At Target, they're $18.99, but at Walmart, I have seen them for $14.99. I got these at Walmart myself. So the next figure we're going to go over will be Myosaurus. Miss Good Mother Lizard herself. So this is the first time we ever really gotten this particular species from Jurassic World, Jurassic Park into a toy line. So this is pretty cool. The color, I feel like it would have been a lot better. I've seen this deco before in one of the other danger packs. But the scope wise, it looks really nice. It looks almost like the Jurassic World Evolution one. Really nice. So it does have a mouth that is already open. It doesn't have any type of articulation or anything. And a lot of times I feel like with whatever reason with herbivores, when they have articulated mouths, it kind of takes it away aesthetically. Just like this one also has an open mouth. So Myosaurus, our first one, we found out about this one maybe last year. And then Entertainment Earth had it up, all three of these for pre-sale, but then they took it down. So, like the last one that I just previewed, the Pseudoceratops, the tail is where the action attack is. Kind of new sounds, and this one is more pre-post than anything. So, you can move the legs, ball joint, and only in the front, and they don't even have that other joint anymore where they can kind of move the hips. The back of the legs also move. But this one is kind of like a one-trick pony. It only does one pose, like most of the herbivores. But it's really nice to get another duckbill type of dinosaur in here. You know, kind of make your herd look bigger. There's that. Rumor has it is in the Sylvie the Utah Raptor. This one is extremely popular amongst original Jurassic Park fans because we definitely got one back in the days of Kenner. And to kind of compare to this one, it's definitely smaller than the one in Kenner, but since our scale have gotten smaller, it's still a huge figure, comparable size to the one in Kenner if you shrink it down. All right, let's put her away. Okay, so this figure particularly is pretty cool. It's more scientifically more of what we know about raptors now. The one we got before was more reptilian. This one, while it still looks like a raptor, it has tons of feather, lots of details. I really enjoyed the black head here with the beak and the whole head and then the orange. Although I kind of wish it flipped with more brown on this side and orange on the rest of the body. So it has feather all over with a really thick feet. And as you can see, tons of feather in the tail too. For whatever reason, they produce this one with more soft plastic arms. Still movable, but just soft plastic. All right, so the articulation are the arms and also the legs. Some new sounds with it here. So it does have a really nice little attack mode. And then this time around, I will also say that Rebirth toys now no longer have the tab for DNA. You gotta use the one on the feet now, so there's that. And there is this. And there's Myosaurus. And if you didn't catch it there, you can also check on my playlist. They have individual reviews, so you can even catch it there. So, all right, guys. So the next assortment we're going to go over will be the gigantic trackers. So these are the bigger assortment dinosaur. They retail range from $24.99 or up to $26.99. They are available at all retailers. This assortment usually isn't very hard to find. Target usually clears them out every 6 months or so. So the first one we're going to go over would be the Eotriceratops. Turn the wave thing. All right. So this is a very nice Triceratops type of dinosaur, ceratopsian. It looks like a Triceratops, but it has enough different features that it looks like a different Triceratops. So first thing first, the color is very brown and nice little blue, kind of turquoise, metallic turquoise, as you can see. And the frill is very different than the Triceratops. Triceratops is more like flat like this, while this one is more like kind of acornish, kind of shrunken in. It has some really long horns in the front. Some little silly little eyes though, if you can see it. And for whatever reason, they didn't paint the horn above the beak. Something's a little off with this one. It could be that the style they use is more cartoony, but I feel like the mouth just looks a little off with the rest of the head. And then this one also has nice little peach spots all over, the color-wise. And as you can see, the body is very reptilian, a lot of scales on there. No type of feathers or anything. So this assortment this year, they actually added 2 type of action features in there. So the first one we have will be the basic. Move the tail, you can move the head up and down. But then they added an extra feature this time around. It's easier to do it this way. So you can move the tail in the back here, left and right. And it actually rears, when you rear it up, you can actually have like, a different type of action feature. Kind of cool, so it's just not tail slapping or head butting. So Mattel went out and did a little bit more. And the cool part is kind of this part is there's a joint in here, so it doesn't take it away. It doesn't make the dinosaur little tiptoe from the action because it's actually able to land it back on the floor. So that's pretty cool. It doesn't take away the aesthetic of the figure. This one is still definitely smaller than the Habit Defender Triceratops, but this one is a different species altogether. So it's pretty nice that we have another type of ceratopsia. Next to a human figure, you can see how big she is. Pretty cool. Not a bad toy. I got this one again at Walmart, I believe under $24. And I've seen these plenty of times around town. So the next one that we're going to talk about is a pretty cool special one. First impression of it, looking at it, it reminds me of the Jurassic Park 93 Dilophosaurus, just with the color patterns and even down to the neck part here. Pretty cool. So it has red eyes along with some nice kind of spikes in the back with dark green and light green, just like the way they painted the Dilophosaurus. But they did add some nice red metallics in here if you can just look at the head. All right. So the action features on this guy is pretty cool. So he does have arms that you can't really move because it's tied into the action feature, but the legs you can move. So you can actually stand it a little taller. Kind of cool. Ooh, another cool thing. Look at the tail. It has all these spikes on it. Very nice. This thing is all spiked up along the way. So it's pretty cool. And then there's little feathers on here. So Tyrannotitan is the name. And let's see the action features. So again, just like the Triceratops, you move it up and down, it chomps, just like you would expect a theropod dinosaur, right? But if you move the tail side to side, it moves its arm left and right and jumps. Pretty cool. So this is the Dino DNA. Hopefully you can get it from here. Sometimes it gets blurry for whatever reason. And then this guy down here. So these two are $24.99, available now at all major retailers, even up to Amazon. I wish it came with battle gears, like capture gears. But these are fun. Kind of disconnect from Jurassic World Rebirth, but I think it's fun for a toy line. Alright, so thank you guys for watching, and then let's check out the next assortment. Alright, so that concludes our first part of the video. As you can see how big this assortment of dinosaurs has been for this Jurassic World Rebirth line. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will be back with the second part of the video that will be posted. So let me know which one you like, which one you didn't enjoy, and we'll see you at part 2. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.